Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take stacks of fascinating material, find the core insights, and basically give you a shortcut to getting up to speed. Today, we're diving into some really powerful motivational speeches. Think of it like a concentrated dose of drive. Our goal here is to unpack the raw wisdom on transforming your mindset, getting past challenges, and really going after what you want. These aren't just nice words. They're more like blueprints for mastering yourself. Okay, so digging into these sources, one message just keeps coming up loud and clear. There is no tomorrow.
And tomorrow is not promised. It's pretty stark, actually, a real wake-up call.
Yeah, definitely confrontational. The speakers keep talking about this feeling of a ticking clock.
Right, reinforcing that today is all there is.
They even use that statistic, 150,000 people die every day, just to show how real that is. Tomorrow really isn't guaranteed.
And the implication of delaying, it's huge.
Exactly. You risk dying incomplete, or, as one put it, being a person that I wasn't created to be.
Wow. Yeah, and they even say things like, every second you stay still, another part of your potential rots and dies. That's intense.
It really is. It frames procrastination not just as laziness, but as something, well, corrosive.
Yeah, that potential rotting. It highlights a cost beyond just mortality. What's really interesting is how they talk about procrastination itself. It's not just a bad habit.
No. What is it then?
They call it a disease. They say regret is a disease that just builds and builds.
Okay, I see.
And that phrase, someday is where weak men go to die. It's brutal, but it underlines this immediate call to action.
So it's about making the most of the time that you have on this planet, like right now.
Precisely. And the impact you're going to make. Don't wait for someday.
Okay, moving on. This next part gets really interesting. The mind.
Ah, yes, the control center.
Time and again, these speeches just hammer home. Your mind is the most important thing you have, and you got to control it.
That's central, isn't it?
Absolutely. They talk about needing to rewire your mind and resist the slave programming.
Slave programming, meaning those automatic, maybe fear-based reactions.
Exactly. The default wiring that keeps us safe, maybe, but as they say, not successful.
Which leads to that idea that your feelings lie to you constantly.
Yeah, which is why they use that powerful analogy.
Yeah.
Your mind must be an absolute monarchy.
An absolute monarchy. Explain that a bit.
It means where your commands are instantly obeyed. So if your mind says, time to train, your body just does it. No argument.
Okay. So it's about discipline, really. Total obedience to your own higher decisions.
Right. And motivation. They redefine it. It's measured purely by the action in and of itself.
So not how you feel about doing it, but just the doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which makes procrastination basically disobeying yourself.
Wanting, needing, knowing you should, and then just not doing it.
Oh.
Disobeying your own command. Connecting that monarchy idea. It's not just about being rigid. It feels more like training your focus, understanding why you're giving the command.
So conscious will over automatic reactions.
Precisely. Like that line, emotions are data, not directions. That's critical.
Data, not directions. I like that.
Yeah, think of them like signals, information. You need to learn to read the data, not just react to it blindly.
Like a pilot using instruments, not just gut feeling.
Exactly like that. Because they point out emotional weakness shows up as indecision, procrastination.
Right, an inability to stick to anything.
Which leads to crumbling under pressure, living like leaves in the wind, no control.
Right. And that leads directly into this next theme, doesn't it? This whole idea of the grind.
Ah, the rise and grind culture?
Yeah, you hear go hard all the time in these sources, but they're very clear. This path isn't easy.
Not at all. The message is you don't get this life easy.
No victory easy. No success easy.
Yeah.
They basically say getting success without struggle first or without hell first.
It's impossible.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And the practical advice they give.
Do something that sucks every single day of your life.
Yeah, because that's how you grow. That's embrace the suck in a nutshell. And they warn you, this pursuit will cost you dearly. It demands sweat, blood, tears.
And often the cost of your old life, your old comforts.
But the payoff, today's pain is tomorrow's power.
That's the promise.
They describe life as a dogfight. You have to be willing to walk in uncharted territory.
Where, yeah, it's not going to feel good, especially at first.
One speaker even says, my new norm is you wake up and you suffer. That became my new thing life. Sorry, a very difficult life.
Wow. That's raw commitment.
Yeah. The advice is blunt. You want success. suffer for it.
And that embrace the suck idea, it's powerful, but it needs context, right? It's strategic discomfort. It's not just pointless suffering.
Right, it's for growth.
It's about building that mental and physical callus, toughening up through exposure.
So it's not just physical effort.
No, it's about being process-driven. That means don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're done.
Keep going until the task is finished.
Yeah. Continuous, deliberate effort. Like that other quote, the only way to keep from getting rusty is to constantly oil that machine. Relentless practice. Maintenance.
Okay, so relentless effort, embracing discomfort, and then there's this huge emphasis on ownership.
Ah, yes. Taking responsibility. No excuses.
They are absolutely unyielding on this. They draw this really sharp line between average people and the greats.
What's the difference, according to them?
Well, average people supposedly talk normal. They whine and complain. They talk problems.
And then the greats?
Talk solutions.
Yeah.
They say average people can't forgive, can't let go.
Interesting distinction.
And the core message on responsibility is just crystal clear. You are the reason you are not winning.
Oof. That's direct.
Very. Change is internal. Change doesn't always come to you, it comes from you.
So stop waiting for things outside yourself to change first.
Exactly. Stop waiting for validation or support or permission. Stop looking for everybody else to do it, because you have everything you need right now in this moment to take a step forward.
Wow. That's empowering, but also a lot of pressure.
It is. The shift is, stop waiting for the opportunity. Learn to master the art of creating the opportunity.
Be proactive, not reactive.
And they ask that provocative question, why not you?
Why can't you be the one?
Yeah, why can't you press a reset button in your family history? Or break cycles?
That reframes personal ambition as something potentially larger.
Right. And the ultimate question isn't about resources, like where do I get the money?
What is it then?
It's who must I become to attract the money? It's about identity first.
Right. That makes sense. This whole ownership piece is about shifting from a victim mentality to a victor mentality.
Here comes the victor.
Yeah. And the deeper point seems to be connecting your destiny directly to your identity.
How you see yourself determines your path.
Exactly. Real change starts inside. You decide to transform yourself. You don't just wait for the world to change around you.
It's an internal revolution first.
That's a good way to put it. Even if you face huge external obstacles, they argue that internal shift is what lets you even see or create ways forward.
Okay, so if you embrace the suck, take ownership. What defines the winners, the champions, according to these speeches?
Well, risk seems central.
Yeah. No risk, no story, no risk, no champion.
The message is clear. It's worth the risk. Take the chance.
And confidence. It's not from affirmations, they say.
No.
Where does it come from then?
From building a stack of undeniable proof, by doing hard things, that's built belief.
Earned confidence, not just wished for confidence. Makes sense.
And failure, it's not the end. It's a catalyst.
Like the Michael Jordan example you mentioned.
Right. Missed more than 9,000 shots, lost almost 300 games, failed over and over.
And that is why I succeed. Failure as data, as fuel.
Exactly. And pain, you have to recycle your pain, get something from it.
Don't waste it.
Right. If you get knocked down, getting back up has every single thing to do with you. It's your choice.
Pain is the high cost of growth. Yeah. And they give some powerful examples of this toughness.
Like Kobe.
Yeah, the Kobe Bryant Achilles injury. Tears his Achilles, stays on court to shoot the free throws.
Incredible focus. How did he explain that?
He compared it to saving your kid from a burning house. Your family's life is more important than your hamstring injury. For him, the game was that important.
Wow.
He decided the obstacle wouldn't define him or cripple him.
Amazing mindset. What else?
The Navy training detail was surprising.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
Apparently, the first things they teach you are what to do when your gun is jammed and how to carry a dead body.
Seriously? Why?
It's not about the fight itself. It's about preparing mentally for the absolute worst-case scenario.
Ah, so it's the lack of preparation that hurts, not just the hardship itself.
Exactly. It's not hardships that hurt us, but that you didn't prepare for that.
Gotcha. And the lion.
The lion mentality. King of the jungle. Not because he's biggest or fastest.
But because of his mentality.
Right. Sees an elephant, thinks lunch, not threat.
It's all about perspective and focus.
Total focus. Champions are focused on the goal. They know you can't chase two rabbits and catch both of them.
Obsessive focus on one thing.
That's what these speeches say leads to real success.
You know, that collection of examples, Kobe, the Navy, the lion, it really paints a picture, doesn't it?
Definitely.
And this champion's mindset, It's not just for athletes. It applies to anyone striving for something big.
It's a universal blueprint.
Yeah. Turning setbacks into fuel for your purpose.
Yeah.
Cultivating that obsession with getting better, with winning.
Even if it makes you misunderstood.
Right. Like Tom Brady. Maybe not perceived as the most naturally gifted physically, but considered one of the greatest because...
It's burning from the inside of him.
Exactly. That internal drive trumped everything else. Building belief through proof, not just hoping.
So wrapping this deep dive up, what's become really clear is this powerful truth about success.
It's less about what happens to you.
And much more about your unwavering internal commitment.
Absolutely. That ferocious self-belief, embracing the discomfort, taking responsibility.
So maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to take away from all this. The world doesn't owe you anything, but maybe you owe it to yourself to become everything you're capable of being.
Remember that line, every second you hesitate, that window is closing.
Yeah. Every second is one more decision you either made like a king or like a coward.
Stark choice.
Pain now or pain forever.
Discipline now or regret later.
Obsession now or obscurity for life.
So the question they leave you with is, are you the person who rises quietly and dominates? Or the one watching, whispering about potential?
And dying forgotten.
The decision, they say, is yours. Right here. Right now.